edition of Pittsburgh Sportsline at Sips Sports Bar, 3024 West Liberty Avenue, 15216. We got a great crowd here, very enthusiastic. Yes, the Pirates are playing at the same time, but don't worry about the Buccos. They're going to win. I got some inside information. They will win. Don't worry about a thing. They're due for one. Beat the Cubbies. We got a great show coming up. Thank you for watching us on Verizon 32 everywhere in the Pittsburgh area. Only Comcast 7 in Bethel Park. And on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. I got to give a special thanks to everybody. Most of the people here have liked our page. And believe it or not, on the same day that one of my heroes, Honus Wagner, no, I didn't get to see him play, but he hit 3,000 hits June 9th, 1914. Now, we just hit 3,000 likes June 9th, 2014. So thank you, everybody. And for all my annoying things that I say, please like us first. I think liking us first has helped so many people in the area because we like you back. So, and Facebook started it. So post things back to me if you want us to like you. Within reason, we will. Except Smokin' Jim likes everything that he sees. He doesn't always see everything, so be careful out there, Smokin' Jim. I'm Al Levine, the talking machine. We got Smokin' Jim Frazier here. He was so powerful last week that those 2 hospital stays that he had 2 weeks ago have empowered him even more. So have no fear, Smokin' Jim is here. And we start our show with what's on our mind, and I'm going to do that right now.
Thanks, Al Levine, the talking machine, and if you want the green, you got to see Levine. I like to start off each and every show by giving a shout out to my main man, Dan the Man. He makes the best coffee on the planet. If you like coffee, order a cup from Dan. You won't be disappointed. Please take care of your bartenders and waitresses. And if you haven't done so already, do yourself a favor and grab a menu, because 2 weeks ago, I had the best meatball hoagie I ever had in my life, and it's because of the chef. The Chef Pete's in the house. And I tell you what, I've been fortunate as an NFL scout to work with a lot of great people over the years, but never in my life have I met somebody with so much potential, so beautiful, so awesome, comes from a great family, and she's going to be a guest later on our show. Please, a big hand for Alicia is in the house. How is LeBron, the drama king, James, the only one to get cramps? Listen, on Saturday, California Chrome looked like a waste of some pretty good glue. Owner Steve Colburn says after the race that it's unfair for his horse to have to race against fresh horses. It would be like a 6'2" man playing a kid in a wheelchair in a game of basketball. The bottom line is California Chrome is no secretariat or firm. LeBron, the king of cramps, is no Michael Jordan or Larry Bird. If there's a Mount Rushmore for excuses, California Chrome, LeBron James, Tiger Woods, and Peyton Manning would be on it. Listen, Wilt Chamberlain and Cal Ripken never got cramps. Jim Brown, Walter Payton, Brett Favre, or Pele never got cramps. Listen, the real men in sports are the guys who get in the cage. There's no excuses in the cage. Win, lose, or draw, the guys in the cage are the greatest of them all.
Is he done talking? Because you know I can't hear anymore. So, well, I don't know which disclaimer to put out there first for my friend. These are his opinions on his own. He was reading about horses, so I'm glad I piqued his interest there. And for Smokin' Jim, I owned horses at the Meadows for years, and not one horse ever talked to me. So people would ask me, is your horse going to win? I said the Levine stable always goes for a win, but we don't always win. They race every week. Thoroughbreds don't race every week. I wasn't going to go on my horse segment, but I did just want to clarify that. And then as far as cramps, this guy's played football when they didn't even give you water. So he is a tough guy. So that disclaimer I got to let go. For any of the other stuff, call him up. He has a text-only phone. He'll back it up. I just don't know when. But I did want to promote a couple things that we got going on. Smokin' Jim, mark your calendar, June 26th.
Woo!
We've partnered up with Jessica Lee, does a jazz happy hour and networking, and we've been doing this for a while. We've been doing shows since December. Well, now we're going to be in a new location, Jim. I made an event on Facebook, and thanks for joining it because we were worried if you'd show up. This is on June 26th at Enigma on 7. John, I don't know if you got enough of that because, I mean, it's awkward for me to keep holding this. So. Okay, thank you. And what we wanted to tell you is to come on out there. They're going to have specials, food, drink specials. There's great jazz entertainment. And, of course, if you like Smokin' Jim yelling through a mic, we always shut the mic off at these events because it's a little smaller venue, just like this. So earplugs are recommended. Come on out there. It's a nice place. It's on 7th Street there, right where the old Bossa Nova and where 7th on Grill Grill on 7th used to be. Come on out there, 5:30 to 8. Be a great time. You'll see our mini show. We actually filmed that. I have a couple featured guests that are going to come out. Stay tuned for that. You'll be amazed at who we're going to bring on there. So thanks for that. And then, I don't know, Smokin' Jim just learned about MMA. And what do I have here? Gladiators of the Cage are in the house. And they did bring a couple tough guys here that are actually MMA fighters. And I'll interview them a little later if they don't get too impatient. If not, I'll bring them up early, but we'll do that. And this is at Stage AE. If you can't read, we can talk about it. You come on out there. Stage AE is a great venue. They only got a few more tickets there. And stay tuned. They have actually another event coming up. I think it's in July 19th. And it's up in Cleveland, which is only a couple hours away. Since we're on a horse theme, Northfield Park is right there. And I actually had friends that had their horses race up around there, so I'm familiar with the area. We're going to have to check out Gladiators of the Cage. If they're nice enough to give you a media pass, maybe you can pick me up in Bethel Park, and we'll go on a road trip. And Zach Brenner's in the house. He's dying to go on another road trip with me. We'll talk about that later.
Jim might
Hey.
not make it back.
Well, that's enough of my promos. I have a lot of stuff on my mind, but I'm going to cut that short till tomorrow night, Tuesday night on our show. I'd rather bring up our great guests here, and we're going to get started right now. Go
Hi,
ahead.
I'm Sean O'Mara from Bethel Park.
You can
and
move
I'm
over a
also
little. Thank you.
Sean O'Mara, Bethel Park resident, but I'm also the owner of O Creations. We're an advertising agency. We're in the South Side. We do anything from business cards, billboards, to websites.
Hey, I have a friend of mine that needs business cards done by Friday. Could you possibly do that?
We'll have them done tomorrow.
Well, I have a guy.
That's the right answer.
Yeah, definitely. In your face, MMA. John Nieder, the editor-in-chief, is over there. He just told me, he goes, "Hey, Smoking Machine, you always got connections." And he goes, "Let me see your business card." And I said, "You can see mine, but I'm a cheapskate. I went to Vistaprint. Now that I know you can do this stuff in a day."
We'll do business cards with the raised blood and the varnish on them, so
No,
you can actually
no
feel
way,
the blood
not
on the back
like
of the
this.
card.
Not like this. Pittsburgh Sportsline's gonna get an upgrade.
We'll upgrade you, and we'll do the varnish business cards for the MMA. That's it.
Wow. That, here's how you network, folks. Come to that Enigma on 7, on the 26th. You'll see people like this that are men of action. That's what I appreciate. All right, we'll let you go on a little further.
There you go.
All right, well, thanks for the intro. John, you're connected now. We'll get that taken care of.
I'll be there tomorrow.
Sounds
Whoa.
good. Thanks.
We appreciate it. We got you some business there. Now, I usually ask questions, do you like sports?
Absolutely.
Now, I heard a rumor,
Yep.
because I didn't verify it, that you're a coach also.
I'm coach for T-ball right now.
I started out there too, my friend.
I've coached Pee Wee football, and I've helped out in all the sports. I have 3 kids. I have my son Riley, who's he's 11 right now. He's 12 right now. I have my son Frankie, who's 6, and I have a daughter, and they all play sports. Carly, she's 8, so they all play sports.
Oh, and if you have a wife, do you want to drop her name too? Because we're trying. This is a family-friendly show.
Absolutely, my wife Amelia, who keeps everything together. So
she knows the schedule.
But I've coached all the sports, and right now I'm coaching T-ball, and it's very interesting. T-ball. We have 4-year-olds this year allowed in T-ball, so it's very interesting.
Wow.
I had to pull my third baseman for sucking his thumb on this week. He got yanked.
Here's what I found out. Make sure they're right near there, because I used to have kids that would look away from the tee.
Yep.
What were they swinging at? So you're already an advanced coach. I respect that. Did you play sports at all?
What's that? A lot of rec sports. Rec sports. I'm a basketball player. I like basketball. That's why I was going to say, if you asked my favorite sport, I was going to say basketball in the Heat, but I'm afraid to say it now.
Hold it. Wait, let me.
I'm afraid to say it because it's still being a debate.
I want to. Here's my
I am proud. I love the Heat.
Wait, here's my friend. He's a brother from another mother, he always tells me. Guess who I'm with? Repeat. The Heat. And I told him about LeBron. I don't blame LeBron. I blame the trainer. When you have a horse, and I know we're on a horse theme again, you know what? You got to have that horse with potassium, electrolytes, and make sure he gets an IV. Don't football players get IVs during the NFL? How about basketball? They're running more than the NFL players ever do. So he doesn't bring that point up because he is a great NFL scout. But go Heat. They're coming back.
I like it. He takes what he can get. He takes what he can get.
There you go.
Everybody caters to him, so he'll take it.
Yeah.
Right? I mean,
honesty is refreshing on this show. That's how we operate. So now we found out you're a Heat fan.
Heat fan.
So am I. No problem. Go Heat. Maybe 7 games.
Steelers fan.
There you go.
You have to be.
Whoa, definitely. And I'm a disgruntled Bucco fan. You know, last year was a nice winning season, but I didn't see a lot of changes, so I'm hopeful.
Absolutely.
Now, we covered sports. Now, what's this O Creations thing? And you brought gifts here. Let me move water out of the way.
I had to bring some gifts for you, but I'll explain to you. And I brought sports-related gifts, so I can tell you what we do.
Oh, man, this is awesome.
So we do a lot of logos, branding, websites. So, for example, a client came to us this year that wanted to do a boxing event. And I don't know if anybody went to it, but it was called the Donnybrook Boxing Event. It was
he announced it.
You were. I knew exactly. You were there with the Donnybrook Boxing Event. So what we did was we actually do the logo and branding. My partner Jesse, who's here tonight, did the logo and branding. So we will create the logo and brand for the event. Design
I'll hold that up for you.
You
get the credit.
Too.
Whoa, let me touch a couple more of those. He's a 4X guy, so I don't know.
There you go.
And he doesn't trade futures. That's 4X in size for all you investors that do watch the show.
So what our job is, they come in and we'll design the brand, and then we'll do the signage.
You don't mind if I show the back and stuff?
No, absolutely.
Okay.
We'll do the signage, the website, everything that they need to market the event. So we did the event from. He came to us with no idea. He said, "Hey, do you think we can make a boxing event happen in Pittsburgh?" And I'll tell you what, I think that was one of the best events that's happened for a long time in Pittsburgh.
And it was history in Pittsburgh.
It was history in Pittsburgh. Never ever. What they did was they flew in the Irish boxers from Ireland to fight Pittsburgh kids from the north side, and from Baldwin and from all around
the city.
What a great! I mean, it was a great event, but it was nice to see it from conception to finish. And that's what we do. We design things.
No, that's all. I want to interrupt you since you're on boxing right now. Now, I happen to see you at the Hollywood Theater a couple blocks down the street, because you know who was on White Collar Brawler.
White Collar Brawlers, that was you.
Now, I got my 32 seconds of fame by being on there, so that's awesome. Shout out to Jimmy Savetic, who connected us up with all this
awesome.
stuff.
We helped work with Jimmy on
and
some
that's why I want to
design.
segue into that. So
absolutely,
this is beautiful. Go ahead. You're on a roll, and I see basketball coming up.
Well, we had a couple about a year and a half ago. We had a client call us and said, I have a product called the Hoop Head, and how am I going to get people to wear this? And he actually has sold a lot of these, but he said, I don't know how to display it, because if I put it in a bag or in a box, no one's going to know what it is. So we came up with the design that all you have to do is create this little cardboard thing, and it hangs right on the shelf.
Wow.
And now people can actually sit there and try it on and hold it up.
Take
and
the cardboard out first.
But they can actually see how this thing works. So
That's brilliant.
We'll do product development. The guy likes it, and he sold a lot. I mean, but it's kind of fun. Products like that are fun to work with.
That's amazing. You look good in that. You know that.
Little Z's a hoop head.
Yeah, in every sport my kids play, if I'm not sponsoring the team, because we love to sponsor youth sports, we think that's where it all happens.
Sure.
I mean,
it's a
literally
start.
From wrestling to football to softball, we try to sponsor it, and then I always get stuck because Dad owns an agency, so we're doing the T-shirts, so we'll do. I think most people I see in Bethel Park, we do Hawks T-shirts. So there's your Bethel Park Hawks shirt. You get that.
Nice.
Now, but that's the kind of things that we'll do is.
Go Hawks.
And last, a lot of people want to do promotion, so we do promotional advertising. So we had a guy that says, I want a lot of my target market are sports fans. So we said, well, let's do a marketing piece that'll go to them because they're sports fans, but they also own businesses. So we did Knockout Promotions. It goes to business owners, and it comes with a stress ball. So if they're stressed out,
that's what you need. I'll give you
a little
that.
piece about their business. But these
Can I give them that?
You can give them that. These people actually get this thinking they're getting a boxing promotion because they're sports fans, and here they're getting a business promotion.
Wow.
So we try to figure out how we can hit the right people with the right promotions.
You guys think outside the box. That's great.
We tried to.
That's great.
And you guys get your own O Creations coffee.
Wow.
Yay!
Wow.
And you got to walk away with a mug to drink your coffee in. So
Oh,
you get O Creations
Wait a
coffee.
second. I'm going to put green tea in there because I'm a green tea guy.
There you go. Green tea.
Yeah. You have to do that.
That's
We'll have to work something out. China Gunpowder, Young Heisen,
That's it.
Lung Ching 4th grade.
Absolutely.
3 of my favorite loose leaf teas.
Thank you.
There
But
you go.
I figured, but that's what
This
that's
is
what
great.
we do. This is the kind of stuff we do. We try to promote, take businesses and promote them. We do a lot of local businesses. We just did Bethel Park Barbershop, did all
Did
his
you?
branding over
Oh,
there.
that's great.
Yep. And last but not least, I figured I'd show you this one.
What is it?
My partner's also a musician, Jesse, and he does Urban Rock Project. So we have a T-shirt from his
Whoa.
band that we'll give you, and you guys can have that. So we got
Now I'll be hip.
plenty of different material for
I'll
it.
be cool.
But that's a
Somehow
little
I'm
bit
going to
about
be cool.
O-Creations. So if you need some advertising and branding, think of O-Creations in Bethel Park.
We've been talking about our Pittsburgh Sportsline T-shirt. Maybe we can work something out before the 26th of June.
It's
So we
taken
can
care
have
of. We'll do it. We'll do it. That's it. You just negotiated. It's done.
I've negotiated a lot of things. I got a friend of mine from the Post-Gazette and Press.
Yeah.
He knows I'm not just a smiling face.
No
that was
problem.
the easiest negotiation I ever had in my life.
easy, it's easy.
Thank you.
Thank
You're
you very
welcome.
much. Hey, go Heat, right? Oh, you heard that? He was shaking my hand during that.
Go Heat. Tell them who you are.
Hi, my name is Ann
Let me have a drink of
Sliczik,
water. Okay.
and I am from the South Hills. I grew up in Beachview. I now live in Scott Township. I work with O Creations as a subcontractor. I do a lot of different things. I have my own consulting company where I do social media and fundraising and campaign work and marketing.
Oh, let's simplify it. What don't you do? All right, because the list, people only, as you guys know, they have about a 3-second attention span. Not our fans, of course. So you already went beyond that. How do they get a hold of you is what I want to know.
Well, you can get a hold of me either through my new website that O Creations just finished this week. It'll be live, which is DASSlizzikconsulting.com. I'm also a mother of 2 boys, and I'm happily married. And
Whoa, I'm not even asking any questions there. I've met her husband, and I want to tell you she was involved with having our first 3 or 4 advertisers. She was one of 2 with O Creations and what's the other insurance?
State Farm.
No, Farmers Insurance.
Farmers.
Yeah.
One of them.
We do have a State Farm insurer. And you were in our magazine, so we appreciate that. One of
Thank
the
you.
first 5 people there. That's
Great
good
magazine.
stuff. And then we met Christopher Nix because of you. He was a great guest. We ended up promoting some of his artwork, and he did take out a nice ad in our latest magazine. If we had anybody taking photos, we should maybe pull a magazine up right now. Since you're in there,
There we go.
you're
It
much cuter
is-
than that, but pull the ad.
is in the
Oh,
middle
you're right on
page.
that map that I invented here in
Right
Pittsburgh. Wow. Don't be afraid to cross rivers. Please, north, south, east, and west. 420 places we're in now.
Right there. And one of the things I like to do the best that I have devoted the last 7 to 8 years is fundraising. My husband and I do a lot of fundraising for Cribs for Kids here in Pennsylvania. And I'm here to just talk a little bit about the Breath of Life, the Breath of Life
That didn't
stroll,
hurt badly.
which is an annual walk, and our team every year walks together, and we've raised roughly almost $25,000 for Cribs for Kids.
We have a great photographer there. Smile at Robert Hester, please. And you can
Thank
keep
you.
talking because we don't mind. This is live, almost live.
So we do a lot of different events throughout the year. Next Thursday, we're having a ladies' night at Calabria's Restaurant from 7 to 9, where all of the money raised, again, will proceed Cribs for Kids.
And is Smokin' Jim invited?
Absolutely. You're both invited.
Oh, I thought-
Everybody's invited.
Okay, I just thought it was exclusive. You said ladies' night.
Well, it's a ladies' night, but that also brings in a lot of men that want to attend the event as well.
Are you serious? You're not only cute, but you're smart.
Thank you.
Hey, do you like any sports?
Yes, I do actually. My sons are involved with baseball, basketball, golf,
Hold it, just tell us what sport they're not involved in.
football.
Okay, thank you. Everything else, look for her driving around like a crazy woman from each game, okay? In the South Hills.
In the South Hills.
And she's a safe driver, so don't worry.
I don't even drive.
That's why I was saying that. I got the inside info. When people talk to me before the show or on the phone, I figure this stuff out.
Oh, I know.
You can put that magazine down. Stop it already. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
And for all the help you've done for Pittsburgh Sportsline and promoting this.
Absolutely,
And
anytime.
now I got so much gear, I don't have to wash clothes this week. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Introduce yourself.
So, hi guys, I'm Jesse Mater, Vice President of O Creations, and I also am a musician, and my band is called Jesse Mater and the Urban Rock Project.
We heard that earlier. Thanks
Absolutely.
for promoting it again.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being on our show. Do you like sports at all?
I love sports, absolutely.
What's your favorite sport?
I would have to say baseball is my hands down favorite sport.
Did you play baseball?
I played till I was 20 years old. And
Where at?
I played in the city from Mount Washington.
Well, we don't hold that against you. We're in Pittsburgh everywhere.
Absolutely.
No problem. What school did you go to?
I graduated from Canavan High School, actually.
Canavan. I grew up in Greentree.
Awesome. I bought a house there about 5 years ago, so I'm up there now.
See, Pittsburgh's 2 degrees of separation. It's just awesome.
Absolutely. And we also, when I played when I was 15 and 16, we won city championships for Mount Washington at Three River Stadium. They tore it down, then we won again at PNC Park, so twice. It was really fun. If anybody, my buddies out there from the old days are listening, they're going
see,
crazy right now.
here I am trying to promote his band.
Yeah.
His athletic prowess, I'm promoting that. A champion.
I played hardball in a fast pitch league about 2 years ago and pulled a hammy on one double. So first swing,
man.
first pitch. Pulled a
Well,
hammy.
you're getting a little older.
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
not a teenager anymore.
No, not made a run.
I bet you never had a cramp during the game.
Maybe once, but I didn't have professional trainers, and all that stuff, so I had an excuse that might be valid. So.
Smoking Jimmy's pretty quick here on you, buddy. I think almost everybody's had cramps. What about you? You're too tough to get a cramp. He just ate a fry. He got salt, so he's an honest man. He's not going to lie on air. I appreciate that. Now, what's this business thing? We got so much gear here. How'd you get involved with O Creations?
O Creations is Sean O'Mara. You met him a couple minutes ago. He's actually
We don't forget stuff like that.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he was actually my professor when I was finishing up art school, the Art Institute of Pittsburgh, and I was in need of some work. I wasn't cutting grass anymore. It was cold out, so I said I needed some work. We did some freelance together, and it ended up working out. We got so busy that we needed to, protect ourselves, form an LLC, and hire some people. So we've been going strong since 2005 as a team. So
that's great.
Really cool,
we
yeah.
see you around the city all the time. Look, we've been in boxing involved where you guys are there.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's great stuff.
It's cool with what we do. You learn so much about so many businesses because every business needs what we do. So
Right.
you learn. You're forced to just learn a lot, you know,
And
in
a
a
quick-
quick amount of time, quickly. So
And I'm pretty quick on that because we do a lot of promotions. Look how we got 3,000 likes in a little over a year.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So
That's cool.
and I'm an amateur at that, so I appreciate that and I'm thankful. Make sure you like us.
I did today actually. I already did.
He
this
put us
today.
over the top.
3,000.
I'm gonna have to check who 3,000. Isn't there a movie like 3,000 to hit?
Well, to make it, we can make one.
No, there is one. But no, I'm just kidding. Jesse, it was a pleasure meeting you.
Absolutely.
Any way that we should get a hold of you for your band and O Creations? What's the deal
Absolutely.
there?
My album just released on iTunes.
Hold it.
Just last week.
They just warned me today. Dave Cable told me, the director, he goes, Al, could you try not to have little cards and stuff like that? So I'm going to do it anyhow because I think outside the box, and you guys are there already. So we'll just go from there, and it's on air. This will be broadcast on Verizon 32 everywhere, maybe as soon as tomorrow. And if you go to Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook, we'll do that. There's a tradition here that some people drink when I mention Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. So that does happen. So you help them, and we're trying to promote the bar here because we're Sip Sports Bar.
Absolutely. Well, how about this? My album release party, the Breath by Breath album release party, is at Club Cafe on August 9th. After that, we'll bring everybody back to Sips for the after party. That's August 9th. We'll have everybody come up here. Everybody.
Really?
How about that? That'll be fun.
You're welcome back again. We'll interview you again, baseball star
Absolutely.
from Mount Washington.
Yes, sir.
Thank you again.
Thank you,
Take
guys.
care.
Thank you.
This is one of the best photographers in the city. You must contact him. Introduce yourself. They already know you, but your growing fan base, you know we like this stuff. So, and great hat too, or lid. I mean, that's a good lid.
Could have gotten this at the Pirates game a couple months ago, but I was unavailable because I had an event. I have over 900 likes on Facebook, over 2,000 followers on Twitter, 500 followers on Instagram, and a lot of love for this region. And if you don't know Robert Hester Photography and Robert Hester Entertainment, then you don't know Pittsburgh. And if you don't watch Pittsburgh Sportsline, you don't know the Talking Machine.
Hold it. You're welcome back again. You can come back. Oh, that was a shame. Give me that $5. You'll come back again. I'll give it back to you. No problem. No, I appreciate it, Robert. Hey, what's going on in your world?
Well, a lot's been going on. I don't know if anybody was at the Pirates game on Friday. A dear friend of mine who everybody should know, Matty Georgie, sang the national anthem. It was an awesome rendition. So awesome, the Buccos blew out the Brewers 15-5.
Yeah.
And was the only win that they got that entire
Can
series.
she sing each game then? I'm sensing a pattern here.
I don't know. She could if she'd like. She could if she was asked. But hey, look her up, MattyGeorgie.com, Facebook.com/MattyGeorgie, and Mad Georgie Music on Facebook, Twitter.
Wow, how do you know all that stuff? I don't know Instagram yet. I got to do that. I got to learn that type of stuff. You know that?
Oh, also, we would be remorse if we didn't acknowledge the homegoing of a dear friend of ours, dear friend of the Penguins, Cy Clark. You know him as the Hulk Hogan guy. He fought or the Mulkamania guy.
Right.
He passed on after losing a 3-year battle.
No, that's a
with
shame.
cancer.
He was in they put him on every show, and you saw him on TV. You saw him right near the glass all the time.
He had that memorable confrontation with Scott Hartle a couple years ago.
Yeah, he
I think
did.
it was on April Fool's Day and Palm Sunday.
I think you're right.
That could
Definitely. You know your sports here.
Yes, I do. I'm sure if you followed me, I have some good news about if you followed my pages, I have some good news about my big announcement, and I have some bad news.
Give us the bad news
give
first,
us the bad
please.
news. Due to quirks, if you will, that have to be worked out, I'm afraid I'm going to hold off on the big announcement for a couple of weeks. However, the good news is not only I intend on possibly sharing the special announcement with you after it's made, in a couple of weeks, I want to say, I'm going to share my big announcement on Robert Hester Photography's big announcement on
With
my
Pittsburgh
YouTube
Sportsline.
page, not just Pittsburgh Sportsline, but my YouTube page, which is, well, you'll figure it out. I'm sure the graphic is going to pop up any second now. So,
well, we'll do this. What we do is we're taping it like it's a live show, and then it's edited out by putting all the graphics in there. So your graphics will be included like you've seen before.
but in the next couple of weeks, I am going to make my announcement on YouTube. So,
Okay.
it's youtube.com/Hester Entertainment.
We're going to stay
And,
tuned.
Yes, we will.
Definitely. Well, I'm glad you could make it here. We'll have to check you out at some Pirate games or any sporting event and other social events and networking throughout the city. That's how I first met you.
Oh,
Almost
that
3
is
years ago at a Kentucky Derby event.
Yes, it was at another well-known institution in Shadyside, but it's not like Sips.
Mario's. Did I
It should have
mention
been.
Mario's and East Liberty or East End?
I don't know, but it's not.
Shadyside, something like that. I'm dropping names because you can watch our show everywhere. Verizon 32 everywhere. Check it out. Or on Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook.
Well, who you got in the Stanley Cup final? It's
L.A. I predicted L.A. I'm not being a front runner. I said L.A. They won 2, Smoking Jim. Just like the Heat. They won 1.
Well, let's see. Well, hopefully, if Jim Rutherford plays his cards right in terms of the players and the coach, maybe it'll be us against the Kings next year, or the Blackhawks, or anybody.
Well, we have the talent. Hopefully a little tweak here and there, and he'll get it done. And he brings in the right people, and it seems like he'll be an interim GM the way it's going. Not for more than a year,
A
maybe 2
black
years.
man talking hockey only at Sips.
Hold it, wait. Forget Sips. This is Pittsburgh Sportsline at Sips Sports Bar. My man, where's Sean? This guy can't brand. What happened? Pittsburgh Sportsline at Sips Sports Bar. We need a t-shirt. Then he can wear it, so whatever he says will be Pittsburgh Sportsline. And that was Zach Brenner in the background. Don't cut that. Did I say that out loud? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Robert. We didn't mean to interrupt you there.
No.
Hockey talk is fine with me. Any sports talk is fine with me. Even Smoking Jim's opinions are not so fine with me.
Well, I got the Kings at 6, but
Do you?
I feel like, well, after the Rangers lost the first 2 games in overtime, I feel like the Rangers have ran out of gas a little bit. But you never know. They're back at Madison Square Garden for 2.
Well, it'd be time for the Kings to win another one. Number 3.
I agree.
And I say they'll win it by 7 because I like to see the games. I don't like those 4 and done, so we'll see what happens. But thanks for your hockey talk. That was a surprise for Smoking Jim. And I appreciate it. You're welcome back when that big announcement hits YouTube. Let us know.
You're darn right. Smoking Jim, you're the best. Hopefully, I think you learned a little bit of hockey, did you not?
Well, ask him his favorite player, his favorite hockey player. Smoking Jim's an honest man. Just ask him.
Who is your favorite hockey player?
Of all time, Wayne Gretzky.
I agree.
My favorite Penguin is Yager.
Well, one more thing, one quick thing. 30 years ago today, which is Monday, Mario Lemieux was drafted by the Penguins.
Really?
Yep. It was 30 years ago today that Eddie Johnson
Smoking Jim, give
made
him a
the
call.
magic line, said
you-
the magic words.
will you-
Pittsburgh. Well,
Will
get what
will
I'm
you
saying.
2 exchange phone numbers so I don't have to be the man in the middle?
With all
here?
this hockey talk, he gonna lose his urban rock card.
Or I may
Oh,
gain a new
wait.
one.
Look at me. I got an urban. It's a band. Look at this stuff. Smoking Jim. They're not going to give you one of those T-shirts. All right, Robert. Thank you again. I appreciate it.
My friend Joe Denny told me 15 years ago you got a face for radio and a voice for newspaper, and I try to live up to that each and every time I go out. And you know, the last time we were out here, we had some heat, Smoking Jim and I.
Miami Heat.
No, regular heat.
Go Heat.
We've buried the hatchet. We're on good terms.
In whose head?
Mine, but it healed. And he's told me some stories about you. First, I know why he says now, if you want the green, you got to see Levine.
It rhymes.
Well, what
Here,
happened
it
was that
rhymes,
last
and
check
I'm working on O Creations, getting me a green pen that says, if you want the green, see Levine.
Make
Now,
sure
Dan
you-
is a very powerful man.
He has a skit. Oh, we have ours all written out. Oh, wait a second. I can't find it.
This is just my fight card, so I don't forget who's fighting.
I can't find it. He has something written out. Ah, here's mine. Oh, nice catch.
Woo!
All right, go ahead.
All right.
This is unscripted
the
by
last
us.
time you see
thank
Levine,
you.
you got to get through. Last time he paid me with that check, it bounced back from the bank twice. I tried to tear it up, and it was like a Stretch Armstrong and silly putty. You got to get green from him. Don't take no checks. Forget about it. I was
Hold
here.
it, wait,
I
folks.
was here. He tried to
Whoa,
sell
whoa,
me
whoa.
this for $5. He sold it to me for $2 the last time, and it says free on top. If you're going to sell it to me for $5 and make it a new issue, you can't fool me.
If you would take out an ad instead of all this BS, and you folks out there, it's a family show, you know what this is. It's getting so deep right now, we're going to need straws so we
won't
can
let go of
breathe.
it.
They're yours.
Oh, thank you.
Take them to the neighborhood. We're working on the next one.
On Facebook, I promised to reveal the never-told story about when Smoking Jim took you fishing 9 years ago, Lake Winnipesaukee.
I don't recall that.
I'm sure you don't. There might have been some.
I didn't know him 9 years ago.
He said on the shore there was a kiosk. It was like a fishing, like a bait store. He said all the worms you want for all day, $1. You said for that deal I'm taking $5 worth. So I mean, you got to keep an eye on this guy.
I don't get it. Can you explain that to me? Was that funny?
No, obviously
Was that at
not.
my expense?
Oh, well, would I? You're so nice to have me.
Would I? Is that? Take your glasses off. Let me see it.
Oh.
It is true. He has a wood eye.
One of the things, a couple of things I want to do. In all seriousness, I want to thank a few
Are you
people.
looking at me?
Yes.
Okay.
I dated a girl once that was cockeyed. She was seeing another guy on the side.
We don't want to hear this. Is a family show.
Anyway.
This is broadcast on Verizon 32 everywhere. Comcast 7 only in Bethel Park.
YouTube.
YouTube 24/7.
YouTube,
No. Go
Anyway,
ahead.
in all seriousness, there's three. I obviously owe a lot to the Gladiators, the Cage family. And all
Thank
that,
you for finally mentioning them.
but three people I want to thank in all seriousness. A good friend of mine, Hollywood Randy Files. He's helped me a lot. Most of all, he's been a good friend. A lot of the pictures you see, we have a great photographer. Photography by Garrick. But Randy takes a lot of behind-the-scenes pictures that I pose. It's like me and the ring girls, fighters, ring girls.
You with the fighters.
Handsome Jim Aj, ring girls. You see a trend here.
Hold on. What about the talking
The
machine?
talking machine, ring girls.
You didn't put me in there yet.
Smoking
We'll be
Jim.
there Saturday night.
You better be there Saturday night. Anyway, but he's helped me a whole lot. He's been a very good friend. Also, Top
Where's
Hat,
he at tonight? He's letting you down in your big moment.
he's doing all my homework for me. He's getting me ready for Saturday.
Okay.
Also, Top Hat Formals. It's a tough job to make this look passable.
No,
I
you
wanna
actually
thank-
look great in a tux and whatever they make up. That
They do.
makeup that they put on you.
I've been-
I didn't realize what you looked like in person without makeup.
frightening.
No, it's scary.
No, they've been very, very great and kind to me. I wouldn't sell me or rent me a tux if I owned a store when I walked in, but they've worked out a cross-promotional deal, and this has got nothing to do with it. They've been so kind and great. If you're looking for a formal wear, male or female, it's at the Pittsburgh Mills Mall, Route 28 North. You can't miss it. Don't even waste your time. Go there. They've got the classiest of the classy, and they've got unique stuff. They had a camouflage tux. I said to Robert Joseph, the owner, I told him about it. He says, why didn't you get that? I said, well, it's camouflage. No one would see me. And he went, okay. Why didn't you get that? But no, they're great people.
You make a lot of sense today. You know, I'm agreeing with you.
That's the first time.
Well, because of what you just said.
All right.
They wouldn't see you.
They're very kind people. And I also want to send
Camo?
a very special thank you to my sister and her husband. Her husband's going to be turning 70 here in a few weeks. My sister Paulette Furman and her husband Harv Furman, they have been, between them and my dog, life would be a very different
Can you
world.
shout out to your dog? Because your dog
German
watches
Shepherd.
our show.
The
Go ahead. Don't stop. Don't hold back. Go ahead.
The steel, the steels of the jaws of steel. The German Shepherd.
Is this other personality coming back? Bring back you.
No.
Please come
That's
back.
Samson. He's the
Okay.
German jaws of steel. And
I'm
he's
a fan of his.
He's got some arch nemesis in the house here that I can even see sitting.
Don't
over there.
announce him yet.
No.
We got a script that we're working out
He's
right now
got
as
the
we
AKC
speak.
middleweight championship around his waist. Samson does.
Oh.
Okay.
I got lost
But
there.
I do want to thank my sister so much, and she has been very kind in so many ways. It would take hours and hours. But let's get to the fight card now.
No further ado.
We have a great card lined up, and it's time we're mixing it up a little bit. Some of the big names we've had, we don't want our people to get sick and tired of the same fighters. We know they do well, but we want to give some other guys a shot.
You want to hold this
Some
now.
guys that have fought for us or
That'll
fight for us
keep
again.
your hands sort of like from winging around everywhere.
But we're putting them in some higher
Hold it steady
locations
for the camera guy.
on the card.
And have a nice smile while you're doing it.
Can I
If you
talk?
can. No.
For example, I know I'm going to miss some people.
No, you won't.
But we got John Rearick, who you're going to speak to shortly. We got Joshua Fremd and Jeremy Sakuda. The ladies of the Gladiators of the Cage return with Melissa Gastick and Ricky Schutza. This is going to be, the girls never disappoint. It's an awesome. These girls don't fight like these two fighting over the last French fry. This stuff. They're vicious. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, it's worth seeing. Dan Kakuta, Brandon Lux, it's going to be for the vacant amateur middleweight championship.
No way.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll get into that later. Now, you ever wonder why there's no roof on a cage? I'll tell you why. Tiberius Gordon fights Steve Mowry. Steve Mowry is 6'9" tall. Wow. He's a cross between the Big Cat Ernie Ladd and Big John Studd. It's going to be an awesome fight. We've got, I believe it's 4 amateur, 2 advanced amateur, and 4 pro fights. We got Brandon Wheeler and Darby Halferty. And our co-main event out of the Mat Factory, Francis Healy and Josh Baker, Mike Wilkins and Eric Calderon are going to bring the house down in the main event. That is our show this Saturday, and I expect you to be there. If you know any of these fighters, get tickets from them. Ticketmaster at the gate, get tickets, be there. They're moving briskly, but we still have some left. We want you to be there.
Thank you very much for that.
Now, I also want to say I've learned the hard way and the pleasant way that my friend Smoke and Jim here, he knows all the beautiful ladies. And I figured there's only 3 types of ladies he don't know. Either they're not beautiful, they're not ladies, or both. But I want to show he's not the only one.
Family show.
I want to show that not only does he know the beautiful ladies, but Gladiators of the Cage has an eye for beautiful women too. Like we're going to introduce to you for the first time tonight, Alicia Rector.
No, she's a longtime friend of the show.
What do you mean? She's been on before?
Yes.
Alicia, have you been on this show before?
Get out of here now.
Wait a minute.
Introduce her.
Always you got to one-up me. Every time, one-up me. If I said I'm going to bring Jack Lambert on the show, yeah, he was here, and we had Franco with him. If I said I'm going to bring George Foreman, you'd say 2 weeks ago he was here and he brought Muhammad Ali. If I said I'm bringing Jesus, you'd say he was here last week with his father. The truce is over. That's it. The ballyhoo on West Liberty Avenue is on again. I want Sam Schmiedel to bring the cage and the cage crew for the next time. We're going to set the cage up right on West Liberty Avenue. We're going to settle this. 3 30-second rounds to end this stuff once and for all.
30
They'll close
seconds.
the Fort Pitt tubes.
How come so long?
Well,
they should be shorter with the shape you're in.
It's going to be brutal.
10 seconds.
Right after the Liberty tubes close it, seats the whole way down West Liberty. The cheap seats will be Potomac Avenue and Banksville Road.
You've been studying.
I want Stephen the Hammer Cruth timekeeping. I want Chip Snyder refereeing. I want the Bat Boy running around.
Hold it.
John Nieder III is the first guy they've ever considered inducting into the Baseball Hall of Fame for being a bat boy. He became an adult. I said, "You're the bat boy." He said, "Wait a minute." He said, "No, I'm Batman." All of a sudden, it's in a movie. And he's going to send me one of them little souvenir bats through the cage, and I'm going to tell the referee your shoes on time. I'm going to break it over your coconut. Now, I'd challenge you right now, but I know for a fact your ground and pound is awesome. You didn't hurt your neck in a wreck. It was training with Iron Mike, okay? We'd go outside and settle this now, except you're ready.
You know
I'm
what?
not ready. You beat me ugly. You'd make me look like the love child of Phyllis Diller and Flavor Flav.
You know what? I got to interrupt you. Whoa. We need we're going to have a little pause here for the simple fact we have an hour show. We have an hour show, and you were in the last half of the show by request. Now we have less than a quarter of the show left.
Are you trying to cut me off?
I just did.
I might have to have it.
I just did.
Samson and Dan Kakuta.
Will you introduce Alicia Rector now?
Our newest member of the Gladiator family, Alicia Rector.
Welcome to the show. Welcome back.
It's nice to be back. I missed you guys.
Wow. I'll let Smoke and Jim speak for both of us. Go ahead.
We missed you too, Alicia.
Sorry, that's a precious moment on TV.
It was heartfelt.
As it always is, he's an honest man.
He is.
Tell them who you are, since you had a great introduction, and what you're doing here with Gladiators of the Cage.
I'm Alicia Rector. I'm from the North Hills of Pittsburgh. I actually recently was contacted by Gladiators of the Cage to do some work with them. I'll be doing some merchandising, and I'm going to be the go-to girl. I'll be talking to the sponsors and making a lot of new friends.
Nice. And some old friends you'll see again, like us.
Yeah.
Since we've been having MMA fighters on in the past year. Mm-hmm. From, Gladiators of the Cage to Pinnacle. And we even traveled to see one of our friends, Zach Brenner's here. We had a road trip. We drove all the way to the Tropicana in Jersey to see Brendan Barrett. Brutal Brendan Barrett, who's healing up. If anybody needs a report, the surgery was a success. So we know a lot of people there, and we appreciate that you're involved with a great organization too.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be a good time. It's supposed to be nice out too, which is good.
Now I have to ask at least one controversial question. You know, I do that with my guests.
Okay.
What happened to Best Buy? All right, by that side, we'll just move forward. So your first event will be on Saturday night.
It will, yeah. Yeah, I just needed to move on, so.
Oh, thanks for saving me on that question. I hate all that dead air.
No, yeah. First fight's on Saturday, then I'll probably be heading out to the one at the Hard Rock too.
Not up there in Northfield Park where the casino is.
Of course, it's at a casino.
We're going to try to get up there. Zach Brenner said we could have another road trip. A couple hours is nothing.
Yeah, I think it's not even 2 hours, I think, actually, from here.
Well, depending on how you drive, you might do a little
True.
faster trip than I might. We okay over there? Look at the camera.
Okay.
She just is friends of ours. We have John, our new cameraman, who's an expert. He's wearing a pirate hat, so he can't go wrong here, but he guides us all the time. And he just likes some eye contact at the camera every once in a while.
Right.
Just look at that. Because we know we're all friends. We've been to different events. You got to come check out our event on June 26th with Jessica Lee down at Enigma on 7.
I met her that one time too. She was such a
That's why
sweetheart. She's such a sweetheart. It was a good time.
And we've partnered up with a show again on that. So we're going to do a regular show July and August also.
Okay, I'll have to stop down and see
when you can. We know you're going to be very busy with them. How do they get a hold of you in your new career now?
Well, you can always go on my fan page on Facebook.
Which one?
The Alicia Marie one.
Just checking.
Yeah, that's probably the easiest way, and then
the best.
Yeah, and the best way. I'll be able to get back to you on that pretty quick. So.
Okay. Well, now we know.
Yeah.
Good luck to you. We'll see you Saturday night.
Yeah, I'll see you guys. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Let's welcome him in. He supervises the cage crew. How do you get 4 tons of demonic structure from point A to point B?
Look at that.
You've got to see the man. He's from Gibsonia by way of Trentham. He's Sam, the Sam Squatch Schmiedel.
I appreciate you taking your time out of your busy schedule. He's not just a sports fan. He's not just the Gladiators or the cage roadie. He does it all. And we're limited on time here, but I want to give you a couple minutes. You just told me something outstanding while we were talking at the bar here about your studio.
Yeah.
You have a recording studio, so I'd rather show another side. These MMA guys and people involved in this, there's a lot of great stuff that they do in the community, so I wanted to share that, Sam, if you don't mind.
That's cool. Hey, whatever you guys want to talk about.
That's it.
That's me, you know.
You, buddy.
It's all about me.
Yeah, so what happened today?
Well, you know, I had
give me a little short version there on
kind of
what happened.
One of those instances where it's, you know, I've been a musician. I started playing drums when I was 6 years old, so it's been pretty much my whole life. And I don't look at it as a career or anything like a job or whatever. It's always my escape from reality.
Right.
You know, but I commit as much time to it as a job.
Sure.
You know, and most
you're
of the
passionate
times,
about
most
it.
of the times more. You can ask my wife about that.
Okay. What's her number?
I'll
call her now.
I'll email it to you. I'll give her your email
Thank
address
you.
and everything.
No, I don't want to know that. You guys talk.
You
I
don't
talk
wanna
enough.
Open that door. You don't want to open that.
All right, well, tell me what happened today, because
She'll be
I think
texting
this
you
is
for
great.
days.
All right, forget about that for a while. That was a hot spot. I just tried to change it up.
It was one of those moments where, you know, I kind of growing up and being around musicians as you're going through and growing up just around songwriters and everything, you always have the moments where it's like they stand out in your past. And it's just those moments in life where it's kind of like irreplaceable, you know, and one of those moments where you capture something musically that is not just, you know, song lyrics on a paper and music played on an instrument. It means something to somebody, and it means a great deal to the person who wrote it. You know,
tell us what happened here.
One of the moments today where I got to be able to pay it forward to somebody, and you know, I grew up with nothing. I grew up with the joke, the wooden spoon in my mouth. You know what I mean?
With splinters?
Yeah, and it's just like, you know, I went to my friends' houses when I was growing up to literally check out the new kind of stuff because I didn't have my parents didn't have the money for that stuff. So as I grew up and I kind of got myself financially sufficient, I built my own studio in my house to be able to record anytime I want to. And I walk in at 3 o'clock in the morning and start recording.
There you
and
go.
I don't have to ask
Hey, could
anybody
you do a
permission or
Pittsburgh
nothing.
Sportsline song?
I can do whatever. Ask Robert Joseph how I can do theme songs for stuff.
I'm just throwing you off. So what happened with this young lady today?
She
Because
came in.
we're pressed for a little bit of time
Yeah,
here.
she came in
Dan
and
was a little too
She had
talkative.
a song that was for an event this coming weekend, and she's a newer songwriter and kind of just getting her feet wet and stuff, and a little mic shy and people shy a little bit, and so she wanted an opportunity to share her song that she wrote for her dad who passed away in February.
Right.
But
And that was this past February.
couldn't get herself emotionally be able to get to the point to perform it live for people without welling up.
Sure.
So kind of the connection to the circle of people, we kind of made things work out, and I took time off work I was coming down here to be on this
Great
big show
excuse.
tonight.
Pittsburgh Sportsline, he did a good deed. We appreciate the good karma.
Did double duty today, pretty much, and
So she
had her
recorded
come
this
in.
song in
She
your
came into my
studio today?
this morning, and we mixed it with her there in the room, and then she left with a CD.
Will you post that up like you do a lot of stuff, or are you allowed?
Once she puts stuff, anything online or anything like that, once she makes it public, I mean, it's her, artwork, so
Sure.
I don't share anything unless, other musics that I've been involved with. If they post something, then I put
Then
it
you'll
up
do
after
it.
that.
Just like this show, we'll post it
Yeah.
as soon as it's up
Hey,
for
you
you.
can exploit me all you guys want.
No doubt. We're a little pressed for time. I'm not sure how much time we have left. We got to get 2 fighters up.
Hey.
Sam, will you come back again?
Yes, absolutely.
And we'll make more time.
Absolutely.
Definitely.
Hey, I'll come in
sometime after this next event.
Anytime.
You got a deal. It's a pleasure. We'll
Hey.
see you Saturday night.
I'm going to tell you what, man, that meatball
Is that the
salad.
best meatball hoagie you've had tonight?
Yeah.
That's the best meatball hoagie
Scotty B
tonight.
on the hook up there. Huh?
And Scott finally here. Scott Benton made it after only 2 reminders.
Sorry.
That by me. Only 2 by me, and luckily I gave him the last one today.
You have to attach pictures to his iPad so, that he can go.
You
to
know
the
what?
web
I
and
don't think I
freeze
can
his iPad.
send anything on this thing to him, so
You have to send him images.
I'll send it from my laptop. All right. Thanks for the inside tips.
Pleasure, guys.
It was a pleasure having you here.
No problem. Thank you.
Take care.
Next up, fighting out of the legendary Evolution Fight Club out of Butler from Team Evo, John Rearick!
Now you're fighting Saturday night, right?
Yes.
How long have you been doing this?
I've been training for about 4 years now.
Hold it. You look like you're about 18.
12.
I like honest men because I'm between 2 honest men, Smoking Jim and John Rearick, who's fighting Saturday night on this great card. Wow, 12 years old. You better shave, son. Well, 4 years you've been doing it. How many fights do you have in?
I have 4 fights. I haven't really got the chance. Like, I had my first 2.
Right.
And then I kind of dislocated my elbow in the middle of one of my fights. So
When was your last fight?
my last fight was November.
In November. Because Colleen that owns Evolution Evo, she's in charge of your stable out there,
Yeah,
MMA.
I just recently started fighting for him.
Okay.
So she's been trying to get me in there for like a year now. I was like,
Well, tell her we said hello, and we can't film anytime we want because this is a volunteer station, and we've had a couple discussions on it, and I like Colleen, and for some reason Dan Bogan keeps telling her to keep calling me and asking, and the answer is still the same. I mean, it's bizarre. They ride home. Now I'm worried about Sam riding home with them. So, but I want to wish you luck.
Thank you.
And what weight class are you in?
I'm fighting at 140.
140?
Yeah.
You look like you're ready to go. You don't have to cut any weight, do you?
I am actually cutting weight right now.
How many pounds?
I'm sitting at 150 right now.
Good luck. I'm going to let you go run home. Okay? Go lose the weight now and make sure you put garbage bags on and start spitting. Chew gum and spit all the way home to Butler or wherever you may be.
I'm thinking Johnstown. I'm taking the Johnstown.
You know what?
trip.
I don't want you to get hurt.
I'm thinking
Just
I'm
go
taking
to
the Johnstown
Butler.
trip.
No, go to Butler. You're only 12. When you're 18, maybe Johnstown. Take care, John. It's a pleasure. We saved the best for last. We're going to let you do your
He's
thing.
fighting for the amateur Gladiators of the Cage middleweight championship of the world, the vacant title against Brandon Lux. He is the Bionic Fist of Justice, Dan Kakuda!
thanks for coming to the show. Sorry we're almost out of time. If I were to blame anybody, some Rasta man. Get that Rasta man. Tell us about yourself right now. How many fights have you had?
My name is Dan Kikuta, representing Pittsburgh Muay Thai, the absolute best Muay Thai striking program in the tri-state, exclusively at Wright's Gym.
Where are they located?
They're located in Crafton, PA, Crafton Ingram Shopping Center, right beneath Save-A-Lot.
Okay.
I've been doing MMA competitively. Actually started in 2010. Actually started with a professional fight because I parlayed my boxing and kickboxing from past years into taking a fight, and once I moved back to Pennsylvania, I was required to fight as an amateur. So I've had 3 amateur fights now, and this Saturday I'll be fighting for the vacant Gladiators of the Cage amateur middleweight title at 185 at Stage AE.
Did you say 185?
185.
You don't
yes,
look 185 at all.
I look much lighter, huh?
Definitely. I want that scale check.
Heavy bones. Heavy bones. Adamantium.
There you go. No, that's awesome. So you're not cutting any weight.
I'll still be cutting a bit. I'm actually about 195.
That's why I like
now.
the MMA fighters. They're tough. They smile like friendly assassins, and they cut 10 to 20 pounds. It's awesome.
Yeah,
no, I wish we could talk more. How do they get a hold of you?
You can find me on or follow me on Twitter. It's at Dan Kikuta, DANNCUCUTA. I'm just starting to use Twitter, so still getting the hang of it.
How about Facebook? We're friends on Facebook.
I've been on Facebook all along. My Facebook I currently have is pretty much a personal account I use to stay in touch with friends, family, good guys like Alan Levine.
You can come back next week if you want. You want to come back?
Love to.
Would you come back
Yes,
next
sir.
week?
Definitely.
You got a deal. You're coming back next week. Thank you. Thanks for watching our show with the belt.
With the belt.
There's your man, Dan Bogan. Thanks, everybody, for coming to the show. Thanks for watching us on Verizon 32, only Comcast 7 in Bethel Park, YouTube 24/7, and, of course, check us out on the 3,000 like page, Pittsburgh Sportsline on Facebook. We appreciate it. Drive safely. See you Saturday night at Stage AE.